Yo, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I would class as the essential tools right here for an apprentice. Majority of these are for like your first day, so we'll stop faffing and we'll get straight into it. However, I'm going to put an Amazon link down below to all of the tools I'm actually showing you, and then other ones, so maybe not the same exact brand if it's not on there, but other brands that are reputable and I've used or I've seen other trades using on site. So there'll be an Amazon link in the description below, so if you want to grab any of these, check that Amazon link. Or what I would say as well is don't just go off the Amazon price, check other places like Loadout or the manufacturers direct, so other tool companies as well like Tool Monster. Just have a check all over the internet to see what best prices you can get, because at the end of the day, if you are an apprentice buying this, you want to save as much as your money as you can. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing straight away that's going to spring to your mind is screwdrivers. So down here, we've got a variety of brands. I will add all of these tools here. I'm in the fortunate position of working with Nick. He actually gets sent out a lot of tools, and then he's bought me a lot at the start when I first started working with him. So yeah, thanks Nick for all that. Appreciate it all. If I keep looking to the right as well, I've got a list of a rough price, and I'll do little pop-ups on the screen. So for example, here's the price of the Knipex screwdrivers here. So I'll do little pop-ups to break the video down a bit, but straight away with the screwdrivers. So we've got, I personally like these Knipex ones. I think you can get a set for about £50. So I'll put that here. Wera ones, you'll see loads of people using these, different colours and etc. Klein do some nice screwdrivers. We did have a set of these somewhere in my tool bag down there. So screwdrivers, main thing you got to look out for is VDE, so that's the insulation rating, up to 1000 volts. I'd just recommend if you're an electrician. So that's the screwdrivers. You're just going to want your standard, your small flathead, your fairly standard flathead size for you doing up your sockets and your socket pins, and then you're going to want a small posi bit and a big posi bit. So that's the screwdriver set. Moving on to the second thing. So straight away off the back, me and Nick love these to bits. Some of you sparks use side cutters. Ugh, gross. So yeah, these are the best, I think. So these are the CK pliers or choppers, cutters, whatever you want to call them. I think these are 210mm ones. I'll find out and I'll put the little pop-up here. Still on the same situation, so cutting, crimping, grabbing, whatever you want to do with these, Knipex 7-in-1. So they've got the crimping, pliers, stripping back tool, bit of a chopping tool there, and they're actually, you can lock them off as well. Oh, like that. So that's them. Before I move on to the next one, I will just add, these are, they're not VDE insulated, so they've got the rubber, so they're insulated a little bit, however, they're not VDE, whereas these Knipex ones, as you can see, it says somewhere on here, they're 1000 volts, so these are VDE rated. Typically, I would always check this, but typically the ones with this red and the yellow, they can be different colours, but you can tell straight away looking at them, compared to them, that these are VDE and these aren't. Pricing wise, the CKs come out at about £20, so I'll put the little pop-up up here. The Knipex 7-in-1s come out at about £50. You can shop around a bit and it goes up and down roughly, but that's what we're working with for those two. Another alternative to going for the 7-in-1s, the only reason I selected these is you've got multiple functions in one tool, so it might save you the cost overall. However, what I usually like to do is keep a little pair of long nose pliers in my pocket and use them day to day. So you would probably get away with using a pair of those, and they are going for £15 to £30 depending on brands, etc. Moving on to Nick's favourite tools, Unilights. He literally has loads of these lying in the van, and he keeps asking Alex to send him some more because he keeps leaving them in lofts. So yeah, Unilights, so these are work lights, torches. You've got loads of different ones. So you've got your inspection lights like this. So this is one where you just fold it up, keep it in your pocket, nice and bright. This might blind me. Oh, it's on the top one. So nice and bright, just charge it up every night, and then it's good for your full day at work. So pricing range on that, I think that one is about £80, but then you can use Nick's codes. I think I'll double check the code and I'll put it below. I don't want to say it and I don't want to get it wrong, because then I'll get loads of messages saying, I tried the code, it didn't work, but it's Bundy something. So I'll put the code below and a link to Unilight. So that's them. They have big work lights, smaller work lights, everything you're going to need. Next, moving on to some grips. So these are Weeha ones. I think that's how you say it. Don't shout at me. So these are grips. They're adjustable. I think you have to press the button on these. So I'd recommend an adjustable pair if you're doing armoured and just generally, so then you can do the bigger ones up and the smaller ones. So adjustable grips. I typically have two pairs, well, two of these exact ones, and get on each side of the armoured. However, I've seen a lot of people online actually using a adjustable spanner. So I'll pop that up on the screen now. They're pretty cheap. They're only about 10 to 15 pounds. So they're not insulated. However, if you're doing armoureds up, it's usually dead anyway. So I don't see the harm in doing up armoureds with a non-insulated adjustable wrench. So yeah, that's 10 to 15 pounds. And then your grips, what would I say they're going for? Let's have a little look. So Nipex ones of these are going for about 40 to 50 pounds. And then these ones, I'll put a pop up here how much these ones are. So this section here and the knife. So I'll just quickly do the knife. Straight away, you just need a Stanley knife. This is a Unilite one. So you got your Stanley themselves, the brand actually do Stanley knives. Or you got the Unilite one or Milwaukee ones. There's loads of different ones people use. So this one, you literally just want your typical Stanley blade, interchangeable blades. So if it goes blunt, throw it away, get a new one. Jobs are good 'un. So keep that in your pocket. And then moving down here, so straight off the back, we've got the Stabila little level, which typically used as an electrician. You put it in your back box, make sure it's level. Some people don't do that. Jack from JRC. Yeah, get one of these. That level is actually coming out at around £15 on Amazon. So, and it comes with a little holster, so you can click it on the side of your pocket or you can clip it on the side of your bag. Next, we are moving on to stuff I'd say you just keep in your pocket. So straight off the bat, we'll start here. So you've got, well, there's two different methods here. So you can either just buy your cheap standard pencils like this, probably get them from the wholesalers. They usually just give out loads of stuff like this. You just keep sharpening it up until it goes blunt and just throw it away, get a new one. Cheap. Or you get one of these. So this is a tracer pencil where it comes with the lead. Everyone's probably seen these. And you buy the interchangeable lead pieces and then you click the end and more lead comes out so you can mark up. So these are good if you want to try and just put the lead through like a outdoor socket maybe. But then if you don't want to use one of these and you want to go a step further, I would recommend this to anybody. These are Marksman. So this is one we actually bought from the wholesalers earlier. Well, Nick did, he gave me one. So these, you literally turn it to unlock it and then push that down and it'll shoot some green chalk through whatever you're marking up. So whether that be the holes for fixing a back box to a wall or anything like that. And it just leaves a little green mark on the wall. I best not do it on the wall here because my mum will shout at me. Then we've also got a Sharpie. So this is mainly for writing on the end of cables. So you know exactly what's what once you come to do the fuse board or on the switches. So you can write feed, switch out to outside lights, stuff like that. So always be prepared, keep a Sharpie in your pocket. Next, we're moving on to a tape measure. So this is a 5 meter Unilite tape measure. So averaging the cost for all of those little, I'd call them accessories, so your pencils and stuff like that. I think the tracer comes out at about 12 to 15 pounds with a holster and some spare lead. The Marksman's, I think, are usually around £6. A Sharpie, you probably get a few, like a pack of them for a £5. And then your pencils, yeah, someone's, you've got pencils probably lying around at home, or if you need to buy some, it's only a few quid. But the tape measure, I'd recommend a 5 meter one. You don't want a massive one on your pocket if you're gonna, like I keep this on me every day. You always need it. So yeah, a little tape measure. Next, we're moving on to hammers. So loads of different electricians use different hammers, all tradesmen. So you've got like your East Wings, I think they're called, the more expensive hammers. Everyone raves about them. Or you've got your Stanley ones, your Magasin ones, Stanley Fat Max ones. You've got the same brand as this, the Weeha ones, I think it's called. Everyone's going to shout at me for that, but comments, we love the comments, push the video a bit further. So yeah, it all depends on what you want really. I think the Weeha one may be VD rated, so I'll put that here, and you've got this one here. So averaging cost for your traditional hammers like this, coming out at around £30. Next, the most important probably piece of kit, these come pair in pair, these two do. So we've got a locking off kit. So this is used once you've tested, proved dead, you're happy that you're allowed to work on it, you lock it off. So in here, this is your traditional kit. You've got the padlock, the different attachments which click on to your, say, your breakers, your main switch, and then it's also got the click on sign thing so you can write who's locked it off, your telephone number, your company name, all that jazz. So coming out price wise for them, I did look, didn't I? What was they? 20-ish pounds they're coming out at. Then coming hand in hand with that, like we said a minute ago, we've got a 2-pole tester. So I've tried to keep this generically basic. There's quite a lot here, but it's what you're going to need every day today. On your first day, obviously, if you're an apprentice, you probably only, I'd turn up with your screwdrivers, your cutters, and then we'll move on to PPE. And then, well, message your boss or whoever you're going to work with, see what he expects you to bring. Obviously, if he says, right, I expect you to turn up with Milwaukee, drill, multi-tool, everything like that, yeah, he's taking the mick. But if you turn up with your basics, you're showing willing, you're building your tools as you start getting paid and stuff like that, and you're not just going out every night and blowing it, yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. You build up your tools. So yeah, so the 2-pole tester, this is just a generic tester to test voltage, continuity, which as an apprentice, when you're first starting, that's all you're going to be doing really. You're not really going to be let loose on the Mega. Well, you're going to be shown how to use it, but you're not really going to be left loose on your own to use it. So this is just to a final verification to that is dead. And you also need a proving unit. So proving unit, test, do all your tests, make sure it's dead, and then prove it unit again. So I've left the locking out kit and the 2-pole tester to last, and then I've also left PPE to last, because realistically on your first day, screwdrivers and a pair of cutters, your PPE is what you're going to be needing. So straight off the back, your clothing, so work trousers, all depends on your size, what you think's best for you, whether you want stretchy, you want a more hard material. There's hundreds of different places you can buy that nowadays. I've even seen it on TikTok Shop, even tools on TikTok Shop. I'm not saying they're any good, and I'm not recommending it. However, people do use it and they get by. So yeah, PPE straight off the back, trousers, work boots, and then also goggles and ear defenders. So I'll put some prices up of the generic ones I found on Amazon up here and up here. I'll just add, so all these tools here are your generic ones, like I would actually keep in my pocket. Say your screwdrivers, your cutters, and this section here, not like a hammer and stuff like that. So yeah, keep all that in your pockets, or you may not want to. So you've got different options of what you want to keep it in. So you've got your cheaper bags, so your cheaper tool bags, maybe like from Screwfix, like the Stanley ones, or you could buy Nick's bags, so the MB100s, that's Velocity. And then Velocity the other day also kindly sent Nick out these new tool bags. So I'll run you through this a little bit. So it's like an open tote tool bag where you could slot all your tools in and just carry that around with you. So that's really nice. Cheers Velocity for sending that out. They've sent it out to Nick, and then what Nick does is, when companies are sending stuff to Nick, he actually says to them, can they send a duplicate of what they're sending out for me? So that's really kind of Nick and kind of the companies to do that. So cheers. So that's been me showing you all of these tools which I'd class essential as an apprentice. We've spoke about how on your first day you're not going to rock up with all of this. However, you are going to be looking at buying this as you start working. Maybe when you get your first paycheck, don't just spend it all on something else. Each time you get paid, invest a little bit, save it, and put it towards buying tools. I've said before, I've been fortunate enough to get given these. However, I'm still very humble, and I know what it's like. You've got to save your money and buy tools like one by one by one. You're not going to go out and just spend, as a rough guess, like £200, £300 on all this. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll put all the links below. I'll add this all up and put that in the description of a rough cost for this, but that's ultimately going to depend on the different brands. So don't forget, all the links are going to be in the description for an Amazon, Velocity, all the different companies, Unilite. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one. Bye.